Hi, it's Norman here, and I'm going to take you through some Power Platform development projects, cases of 10 analytics. So I have 3 capstone projects. One deals with the loan application system. It's a Canvas app. Number 2 project is an event registration system that is implemented through Power Virtual Agents. The last one is a system for automatically creating PDF certificates to course attendees. So I'll start with the loan application system right away. So this is the home which carries information, general information to the user. So we have a sidebar navigation menu here that the user can interact with the system through. Then also a caution to fill all the relevant fields, and also a contact form that the user can make use of to contact the bank just in case they've got any queries or inquiries to make. Now, looking at this system, we have got a uniform seamless design that will be followed throughout as we navigate from one menu to another, right? And this is actually enabled through the use of a components library. I'll move on to the new request, which I can say is the major purpose of this application, actually, to enable users to make applications at the comfort of their homes without visiting the banking halls. All right, so this system is implemented through a SharePoint list. So all the details on the ordinary paper-based application forms has been transferred into a SharePoint list. What we have here is an edit form which is in a default new mode to be able to submit a new record to update the SharePoint list. I implemented a design that uses these tabs and played around with the display mode of the fields. So the form basically is divided into 4 sections: the personal details, loan details, applicant employment, the partner employment. So for those that are for personal information, they are only visible when the tab is personal details. For loan details, also visible only when that particular tab is active. So this is what we have. And if we look down here, there are 2 buttons: the reset feature, which is meant to reset the form, so it clears the data that is in there just in case maybe you've made a mistake, and clearing field by field will be tedious. Then the submit form remains disabled until when all the relevant information has been supplied. So because the fields are too many here, I'm not going to enter any new record. So next I go to the browse. So this is a feature to be able to view the historic data that has been entered. Ideally, a user or a client will only be able to view records that apply to themselves. And for the in-house employees within the bank, depending on their user profile, they are able to view all the details. All right, so we have got the search facility here. We have the refresh. We also have the sorting data. Now, we have got these tabs here, and each tab, when it's active, it has got this white bar underneath, just for user friendliness, so that the user can actually navigate through easily. Now, this is a summarized view of all the details that are is supplied in the application form. So in case somebody wants to view a particular record, you come in here and click that arrow. There is also a tooltip to actually tell the user that what to do. Click and then press the full view to see full record. So we're going to use this next record. Just mark the membership number there, 685. So I click there, then I go to the full browse. Now on the full browse, this is all the that information. So our membership number here coming from the summarized browser. So these are all the details for that particular record. So this is an edit form with the default edit mode to allow the user to only edit the record that is already existing. It's not going to create a new record when the user submits it. So now I'm just going to edit a few records, a few fields. So let me put 2 there on the number of dependents, and let me just correct maybe the address and say 456. Delete. This is just arbitrary data, please. Now we can click the submit button. So this submit, or it just updates the record that is already existing. So there is a success message here. You successfully updated your loan application record. Now this is implemented using the on success property of the form. So it is important because sometimes when there is some internet glitches, the record may not be submitted, and you would think that probably you successfully updated your record. So this is very relevant. We also have our contact us form. So basically here it's another list that is separate, that is only for storing the inquiries from clients. So we can see again our submit form remains inactive until we have filled in the relevant information. So I will just go on and submit something there arbitrarily. All right, and our submit button is now enabled. Okay, so I'll click submit, and again I receive a success message just to make sure that the message has been successfully delivered. And we can see that the flow throughout the system is seamless. All right, so basically this is it on the first capstone project. The second solution is an event registration system via a bot. So this is implemented in Microsoft Teams using a combination of Power Virtual Agents and Power Automate. So the user interacts with a chatbot, and the chatbot presents the user with an option to also proceed through a form when they don't want to go through the interactions via the bot. So I'll click my chatbot here. So yeah, there we are. It is loaded, and then I go to topics. So I choose the event registration bot topic that I already created. So here I am with the triggers. So these are the trigger phrases associated with the particular activity. That's event registration. A user can enter anything from participate, register, join, and the bot will learn even new phrases as time goes on. Then we've got the next stage where the bot sends a message and now asks a question to present the user with options to proceed interactively through the bot or to fill in a form. When all the questions have been asked, that information which has been stored will now be used to actually populate a SharePoint list for event registration details. So these are all the the variables there, and that process is done through an automated flow. So that's where the Power Automate comes in. All right. So And at the end of the process, the user will be sent a message that consists of the participant ID. All right, so let me just test the bot and see what happens. All right, so there we are. We can choose to proceed through the virtual agent, and we'll be putting in our details. So these are just arbitrary details that I'm putting in. So we keep on entering all the relevant information. Yeah, so that's it. We have reached the end, and this is a success message showing us the participant ID. Did that answer your questions? You can say yes. If that did, then that's the end. You can rate it. Right. So let me just restart and show the route using the Microsoft form. So here we are. We click the option to fill in the form. We receive a link. So click that link and it leads us to the Microsoft form that we can now start, and we'll fill in all the details. So just because we have done that same process, I'm not going to repeat. The last solution is for automatically creating PDF certificates for course attendees. So this flow is implemented through two cloud flows. The first one, which gets data from the Microsoft form for the course completion registration. Then the second flow is for extracting the details and populate them on the certificate template done in Microsoft Word, and that document is converted to PDF, and an email is sent to the attendee with the attachment of the PDF copy of the certificate. Let me just test the two flows manually. So I'll now go to the Microsoft form and fill in the details as in a course attendant. As for the email, I'm going to put my correct email address so that I'll be able to receive the email upon successful execution. Right, I submit that record. Well, it's been submitted. Let's now check our flows. This one says it ran successfully. This one is for extracting the data from the SharePoint list. The trigger is when an item is created in our SharePoint list. So yeah, well, it also ran successfully. Right, so let's check for this last step here. We are supposed to receive an email with the copy of the certificate. So I'll go to my my Outlook. So here is the information. Because I'm the one who created this form, I also put an option to receive a notification when a new submission is made. That's why we have this first email. Let me just delete it. Then this one is the one that is sent with the certificate, because I also put in my email there. So that's why I'm able to receive this congratulatory message with all these details, the course itself. Then I can now open my certificate to see. Yeah, so here we are. The correct course that we filled in, the course, the completion date and the certificate number, the name of the person. So yeah, that's all concerning these three capstone projects. Thank you so much for your attention, and bye bye.